other sources of testosterone. This is a really weird story. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. But this is a story of a psychiatric patient who happened to be a medical student. So this was a medical student who was developing schizophrenia. And he knew enough medicine to know that he was developing schizophrenia. And he knew enough medicine to know that schizophrenics can have violent behavior. It's one of the, not all schizophrenics, and it's not guaranteed, but that is one of the signs of schizophrenia. It's just one of them. So he knew that. He also knew that testosterone was associated with aggression in male, and he knew he was a male. So he knew enough to put together that he could be a danger to society. What is he going to do about it? Well, rather than see a psychiatrist, he went to the psychiatrist and asked the psychiatrist to castrate him. That's what that word means. The psychiatrist refused. So you know what castration is. Castration is removing the testes. He was concerned. He said, okay, the source of testosterone is the testes. I don't want to hurt anybody. Just get rid of it. The doctor said no. The student was a medical student and had access to surgical tools and performed a castration on himself. That was successful. Local anesthetic, sterile tools, etc. He castrated himself. Remember, he's got schizophrenia. He also knew that the adrenal gland was a source of small amounts of testosterone, and he said, I got to get rid of that too. So he developed this complicated mirror system for being able to do a surgery on his adrenal gland. He wasn't planning to take out the adrenal, he was planning to denervate it so that it wouldn't get stimulated to produce testosterone. That surgery didn't work. He cut a blood vessel. He realized that he was going to bleed to death if he didn't get some help. He didn't call an ambulance, he called his friends saying, could you come stitch me up here? The friends went, wait, what? And then he was institutionalized. So, it's an interesting story of psychiatry, medical knowledge being sometimes enough to be dangerous, right? So my family knows that I teach anatomy and physiology, and occasionally I get a medical question. And so, and this is going to happen to you. They know you've taken anatomy and physiology. They could ask you a medical question. I've got this symptom. What do you think it is? And they might not let you just say, I don't know. They might say, come on, well, you tell me what you know. And what you want to say is, I know just enough to be dangerous. I'm willing to share with you what I know, but I am dangerous. It's dangerous for me to be sharing. I know enough to be dangerous, right? So I recommend that you use that term because it does take some of the pressure off when they ask you some medical information. This student knew enough to be dangerous to himself. He would have succeeded if he hadn't worried about the adrenal gland. Anyway, enough of the story. It's an interesting story. It only happened once as far as I know, but this story has been published in the medical literature. And so I've answered these questions. Let's take a 10-minute break.